They lied to us about Iraq. They lied to us about Afghanistan.
To bring this war to a successful conclusion.
And now they're lying to us about Palestine. Recent reports compiled by the news website The Grey Zone gathered sources from eyewitnesses as well as Israeli militants regarding the events of October 7th, where one Israeli militant admitted that Israeli commanders made difficult decisions, including shelling houses on their occupants, in order to eliminate the terrorists along with the hostages. More footage reveals an Israeli Apache helicopter targeting Israeli civilians at the music festival. Another report by Haaretz, which is an Israeli news website, stated that the military was compelled to request an aerial strike against its own facility in the Erez crossing to Gaza, in order to repulse the terrorists who had seized control of the facility. More witnesses stated the exact same thing, that Israel shot disproportionately on that day, killing hostages and Israeli residents. The point is, Israel deliberately amplified the destruction of that day, shooting missiles at their own civilians to intensify the damage and blame it all on Hamas. Some Israeli militants stated that at one point it was so difficult to distinguish a civilian from a militant, so they just kept shooting. This is all coming from a state that a day later claimed that Hamas beheaded 50 babies just for the fun of it, a statement that was later proven to be completely false, mind you, and only served to prop up more propaganda for a genocide that is still taking place in Gaza. But what do our governments do about it? When Joe Genocide Biden was asked about a ceasefire on Gaza, a thing he could realistically do if he wanted to, a decision that would enable humanitarian aid as well as a safe refuge for the refugees, something that shouldn't be happening in the first place, mind you, this is what Genocide Joe had to say about it.
What are the chances of a Gaza ceasefire? None. No possibility.
We are witnessing the exact same lies told to us by George W. Bush after 9/11 to start the war in Iraq. And the capitalist media, which has direct interest in holding up the state's narrative, tells us half-truths or deliberate lies to manufacture our consent for this war. This isn't 2002 anymore. As disinformation is much easier to spread thanks to the internet, it's also so much easier to verify information and spread it like wildfire. Israel is currently losing the propaganda war, and their narrative is falling apart each day that passes. People have woken up and demand an end to this unjustified war and occupation. But even if this somehow ends tomorrow, where do we go from here? We are now slowly becoming more aware that our governments don't represent us, that they deliberately support genocidal regimes as their little puppet satellites in the region and openly lie about it. There are no repercussions for them. How much longer can we claim that our governments, and especially the United States of America, are democratic? Because this is what the people want. But private capitalist interest always seems to be the only thing that matters to them.